Spring is coming, that's why I show you this beautiful crochet stitch today. You need a number of stitches divisible by 12. I'm casting on 36 stitches plus 1. As a preparation, I'm crocheting 2 rows of single crochets, and I'm starting with 1 single crochet into the second stitch from the hook. And Lucy is very funny today, wants to play. Okay, so for a solid base of our work, I'm crocheting 2 rows of single crochets, 1 into every chain. So I'm finishing the second row of single crochets, and I'm starting the first pattern row with 1 turning chain and 1 single crochet into the very first stitch. Chain 3 and skip 3. So chain 3, skip 3, and 1 single crochet into the fourth stitch. Chain 5, 3, 4, 5, skip 2 and 1 single crochet into the third stitch, and repeat. Chain 3, skip 3 and 2 single crochets. Chain 3, skip 3 and 1 single crochet. Chain 5, skip 2 and 1 single crochet. Chain 3, skip 3 and 2 single crochets. Chain 3, skip 3, oops, Lucy, continue. So chain 3, skip 3 and 1 single crochet. Chain 5, skip 2 and 1 single crochet, and chain 3, skip 3 and 1 single crochet into the last stitch. So we just have a row of loops. Row 2 starts with 3 turning chains and 1 puff stitch with 2 yarn overs into the very first chain. Chain 3 and into the next chain 1 double puff stitch, 2 yarn overs, chain 5 and another double puff stitch. And I'm working those puff stitches in the middle stitch of the chain, not just into the middle. Chain 3 and a double puff stitch into the next chain, chain 1, and 1 puff stitch into the middle of the next chain, again a double puff stitch, chain 3, and into the next again, into the middle stitch, 1 puff stitch plus chain 5 plus 1 puff stitch. Chain 3, and again 1 puff stitch into the middle of the next, into the middle stitch of the next chain, chain 1, and 1 puff stitch into the middle stitch of the next chain. Chain 3, and 1 puff stitch into the middle of the next chain, into the middle stitch, and chain 5, and plus 1 puff stitch into the same stitch, chain 3, one puff stitch into the last chain, again into the middle stitch, chain 1 and 1 double crochet into the last stitch. I made 2 chains too many, so chain 1 and 1 double crochet into the last stitch. And now for row 3. Row 3 starts with 1 turning chain and 1 single crochet into the very first stitch, followed by 3 single crochets into the next chain, and 5 single crochets into the next chain. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 single crochets into the next chain. 1, 2, 3. 1 single crochet into the next chain, and again 3 single crochets into the next chain, 5 single crochets into the next, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 single crochets, 1 single crochet, 3 single crochets, 5 single crochets, and 3 single crochets, and 1 single crochet into the last stitch. Round 4, 3 turning chains, and now into every single crochet of the next arc, 1 triple puff stitch, chain 3, so puff stitch with 3 yarn overs. I just call it triple puff stitch, and chain 3, and 1 triple puff stitch into the next single crochet and chain 3. Repeat this until you have 5 puff stitches. After the 5th one, chain 1. So 5 triple puff stitches, and after the last one, chain 1 and 1 double crochet, just above the next 2 puff stitches of the previous row, and continue. Chain 1 and 5 triple puff stitches, followed by chain 3 into the single crochets of the next arc of the previous row. Third one, and chain 3, fourth one, little fast forward, and chain 1 and 1 double crochet on the next 2 puff stitches of the previous row, and repeat those 5 puff stitches. You end the row with chain 1 and 1 double crochet into the last stitch. This was row 4. Row 5 starts with 1 turning chain and 1 single crochet into the very first chain, chain 4 and 1 single crochet into the next chain, chain 4 and 1 single crochet into the next chain, chain 4 and 1 single crochet into the next chain, chain 1, no chain in between, just 1 single crochet onto the double crochet of the previous row, and 1 single crochet into the first chain of the next motif, chain 4 and 1 single crochet, chain 4 and 1 single crochet into the next chain, of course, chain 4 and 1 single crochet into the next chain, 1 single crochet into the double crochet of the previous row, 1 single crochet into the next chain, chain 4 1 single crochet into the next chain, chain 4, 1 single crochet into the next chain, chain 4, 1 single crochet into the next chain, one single crochet into the next chain, and 1 single crochet into the turning chain from the beginning. Here we are, and now you start over with row 2, and you will repeat rounds 2 to 5. Enjoy this beautiful crochet stitch.